conception that the 177 is a better long-range caliber, and that is absolutely not the case. The larger caliber pellets generally have a higher ballistic coefficient, which means that they are actually much better suited to long-range shooting and are less affected by the wind and by atmospheric conditions.
The first thing I want to do when I get down there is to take a quick wind measurement. We're going to be shooting long range, that's just the way it is. You can't really get close to these animals, so the wind is going to be very important. And then I've got my rangefinder with me, so when we see an animal, it's basically going to be a fact of quickly getting a range, and then I've got an app on my phone that helps me detect those long range shots. It'll tell me exactly how much to hold off, and hopefully when I take a shot you'll be able to see through the scope cam how much I'm actually adjusting for each shot. It's always fun to watch.
We start getting close to the cliff, and we make sure to stay as quiet as possible as we near our shooting position. We set up on a flat rock that overlooks the cliff face, and Nico immediately starts glassing for movement. It's not long before we spot our first animal.
Okay, Matt, there's a couple. 73 meters. Oh, 73, okay.
I cock the rifle, press record on the scope cam, and I hold 2.8 mil dots for the 73 meter shot. The shot passes hard, just plucking some fur off his neck, and I realized that in my excitement I'd forgotten to take the decline into account. Luckily the Dussie stays put. I adjust my hold to a little over 2 mil dots, squeeze the trigger, and I nail the shot.
This is the second one. Just below him, second one's still there.
The commotion brings a second Dussie out of hiding, and I take it with a clean headshot.
Shot. Oh, shot. I'm flipping happy at that distance. Yo, I can't get better than that. And the best part is that after the first one, the second one just looked a bit bewildered. I think if I was using a louder gun, they would have freaked out and ran out. But this gun is just so quiet, I didn't even hear that one coming. That was awesome, man.
Now unfortunately I'm using quite a cheap scope on this gun, but you can just make out that pellet in flight, and this is a good example of how small your margin for error is. If that pellet was just a centimeter or two lower, that animal would have been dead. And it's a wake-up call that I actually need to be more critical when trying to estimate the angle of the shot. The advantage of taking long-range shots with a silenced airgun is that you often get a second chance, and I make sure on this shot that I don't make the same mistake twice. You have to take headshots or spine shots on Dussies because a heart and lung shot, despite being just as effective, will take a few seconds to kill the animal, and by that time